NFL Sunday returns after this. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Chicago.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get about 5.
The ball carried by number 8.
Here comes 2nd and 4.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this 3rd down a lot tougher. So after the 5 yards walked off, it is 3rd down and 8. Throwing now from the gun. Escaping to his left. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
3-yard line. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here's a run. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Exiting the pocket right. And he will take this one across into the end zone. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The extra point, up and good. And the visitors move out on top, 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The home team's offense. And their running back set to go once more. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. That one into the hands of Turner. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
So his team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half.
And he will score!
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
Extra point try forthcoming. He's got it, and his guys are on the board. It's now 14-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line has had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Second down at the 30-yard line.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he will pick it up. Let's give him a first down up to the 37-yard line.
At the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 6. First down, Chicago.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Chance to tie the game or even take the lead.
Those simple routes over the middle, Mike. Well, to the quarterback, they're not always so simple. I'll tell you why. There's a lot of bodies in the middle of the field. There's a lot of traffic. Those windows are hard to navigate the ball through safely. So what happens? Well, you saw it there. It's a prime area for throws to be intercepted.
So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. He completes it to Hutchinson. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Up the middle they go. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A hit as he threw. The pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly. On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. In trouble, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down.
So Jim Harbaugh will make the move for the field goal unit. This one from 39 yards out. The kick is perfect, right down the middle. And his guys are back within 4 at 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Remember, he had a touchdown on the ground earlier, something he's been able to do frequently this season, as you see where he ranks among NFL quarterbacks in rushing TDs. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Second down at the 31-yard line.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
It's a gain
1st and 10.
First down, Chicago.
Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
Here's a designed run.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate on. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
So instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. Turner goes in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Going up top. That's caught! What a connection! He's down inside the 5-yard line. They get big yardage on the deep ball. It's a gain of 49. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Good blocking, and he's in. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher is an...
And trouble on this extra point. It is blocked. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Play action. He'll set up to throw. Now a shot here, deep middle. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air, and I won't be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down. Up the middle, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning 1st and 2nd down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in 3rd and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
They'll throw here on 3rd. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a 2nd defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. And that one going to be closed down to the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. He's going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Turner goes in motion. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. He's going to have the 1st down and more. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. A big play on that one. 37 yards. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his defense will take over here following the interception.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. And a nice job there, sidestepping defenders on his way. It's a gain of 9.
A 9-yard pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. They'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
41-yard line.
Quick throw, taken in.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
2nd down and 3. Taken in by the tight end. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll look to throw yet again. His throw left side is complete. And he's close to another 1st down. He's brought down just shy of the marker. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And his guys are able to get it back within a score.
Nice job there securing points with that final play. Of course, they would have loved to have come away from that possession with a touchdown, but I think they're going to be happy with 3 going into the break.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
At their own 35-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The 1st half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Week 15 of the NFL season, playoff time for you fantasy football players. But for the real teams, the home stretch is starting. Let's get into it. From there, we check out another big late-season game, playoff implications here. Lastly, got one more to show you here. With that, let's give you a look at the playoff picture in the AFC through 15 weeks. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the 2nd half, as we get you back out to the 2nd half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the 2nd half. It's about to get underway. 1st half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. Yeah! Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. Third quarter begins with a run. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play. From the 41, here's 2nd and 3.
Second down at the 41-yard line.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up third down.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it third.
He'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down. Offensively landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They get 19 on that pass play. First down, Chicago. On the ground, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. From the 22 now, here's second down and 9.
At the 22-yard line.
They'll look to throw. He's got it at the 7. That'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down, first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Play action, he'll set up to throw, and he overshot his man out of the end zone. That one's incomplete. Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. That one, take it in. Tight spaces down there, things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
The extra point is good. And his guys will even the score here in the third. Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin then. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
First down, Chicago.
They motion the slot man left. Throwing now on 1st and 10. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. Just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
16 yards.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Post defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
The pass is caught by Turner. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Gain of 9 yards. First down.
They'll look to throw again. To the left side and taken in by down. Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
Turner goes in motion. Back to the air one more time. A dive, and he's in! And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. Now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Extra point attempt to come here. His kick is good. And the visitors will go up by 7.
Visitors 27. Our home team 20.
Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
39-yard line.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. There, maybe a yard. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd down.
Now, faking the give. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Number 89.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. He has been busy. 9 receptions on the game, and that was a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Now a give, but here comes the reverse. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past, but here you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit because that one went nowhere.
This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch from last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. Back to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. This one complete right side. That's how to dig yourself out of a hole. A pickup of 18, much more manageable. 3rd and 2 coming up.
18 yards. It's now 3rd.
They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any CD can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. He'll run again.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
Yards to go.
This is caught toward the side of the end zone.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Point after, coming up here. He's got it, and his guys will even the score here in the 3rd. Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Drive will start on the ground. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. 2nd down. A quick throw on this RPO, and Downs has it. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd.
Throwing now from the gun. They go right back to Downs. He's got it again. He's going to have that 1st down. Gain of 6 as they convert on 3rd down. Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 13 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
1st down, Chicago.
They'll stick with him again. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. It's just, he never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
A 4-yard pickup.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Not a whole lot happening there, just a short pickup. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
It's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
1st down, Chicago.
No better. When I got rich and deep down, bro, coming slow, 6 racks on a sweater.
The RPO, that one is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. They'll look to throw yet again. That one into the hands of Downs. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Slot man going to move in motion left. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better.
And he will score again. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
The extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the visitors will go up by 7.
Visitors 34. Our home team 27.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick 1st down. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
The shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
And And he didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second down at the 27-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. There's Pat Man again, another catch. And he's going to take this one all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, Chicago. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
No problem there on the extra point, and the visitors will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
27.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And he has been a tough guy to contain all season long, as reflected in those numbers that you see there. Gun, they'll try to run it, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
He's brought down at the 31. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Brings up third.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
Third, they need 8. They'll look to throw. Forced out wide. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A gain there of 20. First down, Chicago.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contained rushing, especially on third down. Mike, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket. And when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
And he'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Brings up second down at the 50-yard line.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up third down.
Third and 2.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
Open man, right side, he's got it. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Red zone now. He'll drop to throw. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Greg, they are backing away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Now the try for an extra point. He gets it to go, and his guys will cut the deficit to 7.
Visitors 41.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. A return now from the 4. Oh! He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. It's first down, and they'll run. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain. Out to his right, he keeps it himself. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
First down, Chicago.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. His running backs had a really nice day. So in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
Gain of 17 yards. First down, Chicago.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Look at the 3 tight ends here on first and 10. Give up the middle. Oh, he's going nowhere. Knocked down hard in the backfield.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
And this is a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage, but he's not gaining any either. It's third down. Look to throw. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
A little miscommunication there. Now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
So now out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll do so with first and 10. They'll drop to throw. His throw left side is complete. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick throw, taken in, and he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing now on first and 10. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
At the 24-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. The throw here is complete. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
He'll run. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
A loss of 2 brings up second and 12. At the
Back to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A gain of 2 brings up third and 9.
Now they'll set up to throw. This one caught at the 4. And he'll get this down to the 2-yard line. First and goal as they convert on third down. Second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. Extra point attempt still to come. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the fourth quarter. With 1 timeout remaining, all they can really do here is try to recover an onside kick. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not, but things are pretty much spoken for. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Only 1 timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it's a win for our visitors. And it is their 3rd consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.